Hey guys, Parallel here, and welcome to Vindictus. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the fairly recent Fiona revamp. So yeah, I just recently got back into Vindictus, and I had been playing Eevee quite a bit since the Eevee revamp, but actually about 2 or 3 months ago, they actually did a fairly significant revamp of the Fiona class as well. So I definitely wanted to get back on to my Fiona and check it out. Fiona kind of used to be my main character a long time ago when I was playing Vindictus. As you can see, I have her up to actually level 75. And I mostly played as a Sword Fiona, so I'm very curious to see what all of the changes are. So let's go ahead and take a look at the changes, and I will run it through a mission here real quick and see how it performs. Now they actually did come out with a patch today. Ooh, and actually look. So in the patch today it was actually, they released the new Season 3 Episode 2 raid. So it was a pretty significant patch. This new raid is actually, I think it's called Braha, and you can see this person, this Fiona right next to me here, is actually wearing the t-shirt you get as part of the event that's going on right now, which is actually the Braha t-shirt. That's kind of what the raid boss looks like from the event, which is pretty cool. So you can see what that shirt looks like there on a Fiona. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that raid out at some point, but unfortunately, as you can see, I'm only level 75, and that is a level 85, or sorry, level 90 raid. So it will be quite a while before I can give that a try. But for now, like I said, I will be taking a look at the Fiona revamp, and particularly the using sword. Now, they also did a lot of rework on the hammer as well. And I will be taking a look at that in another video. I'm actually not nearly as experienced with hammer, because back in the day when I was playing, it was quite inferior to sword, but I now have been, in researching these changes, I've found that a lot of people are saying that the hammer, all the changes they made to hammer are really, really good, and have really improved it. It is now on par or even better than sword, and is a very good weapon in its own right and holds up with a lot of other classes now, which is great to hear. Oh, and I believe also with this patch they released a new outfitter. I thought I would go ahead and take a look at that here while I'm on my Fiona and show you what it looks like. All right, so let's see, here it is at the top here. It is the Special Midnight Cocktail set. So let's take a look at it here. So there it is, very cool looking. Yeah, I actually rather like it. It's just like a cocktail dress, I guess. You can see the shoes. It does come with the bow in the hair. So yeah, it's a pretty cool, pretty nice looking set, honestly. So if you're interested, that's what it looks like on a Fiona. I know the male version of this does look quite a bit different. It looks more like a more like a suit, like a dress suit. So it's also it's a pretty good looking set on both sexes. All right, so that is the new set, and you can actually see I am wearing the new hair as well. I actually had a 7-day temporary hair pass, so I wanted to try out what the new hairstyle looks like, and you can see it here. That is what it looks like. All right. They have been coming out with quite a few outfitters recently. I'm kind of surprised. I remember when I was playing, they were quite few and far between. But that's cool. Having more variety is always a good thing. All right, so let's go ahead and start taking a look at the Fiona changes for sword. And I will be using a small shield as well. I actually don't have a large shield. But I heard that they did revamp large shield so that it is quite good now as well. I think to test this out, I'll just go back to my old standard here, do the Fomorian Leader, and fight Shakarr. I am pretty familiar with his attack patterns, so I should be able to do this, I guess, reasonably well. I'm still pretty rusty on Fiona. I've been playing mostly Eevee lately, so there is that. So I will just be doing it on normal, and I guess I'll just do it without any modifiers here. So I'll just be doing it on normal solo. Now, as you probably know, the nice thing about the Shakarr fight is that you do go into your Paladin. The name was escaping me there. You do go into your Paladin or into your Dark Knight form for the duration of the fight, which is always pretty cool. All right, so let's take a look here. Now, one of the main things, I'll pull up my skill tab again here, and we'll go through some of the changes. And I have the patch notes up here as well. Like I said, this was actually done a few months ago, but I'm just getting back into my Fiona now, and I definitely wanted to take a look at these. So now one of the main new features they added here is this skill right here, Shield Deflection. Now this is actually a pretty cool skill, and I like the idea of this, but I can already tell just from my, the few runs that I've done so far in Fiona is that it takes a lot of practice to get this thing right. But essentially what it does is it's similar, well, I wouldn't say that. It's different than Guard. What it basically gives you is a very short duration, let me mouse over it here, it gives you a very short duration iframe, basically. And you have to do it, you have to activate this right when the boss ability is about to hit you. If you time it right, it will block the attack from the boss and will allow you to also continue your combo, which is pretty cool. But definitely takes a lot of getting used to. The iframe is very, very short, so you do have to know the boss patterns quite well, and you have to know exactly when to do it. And if you don't hit it perfectly, and you don't, if you don't hit it perfectly, there is a long animation afterwards where your animation locked. You can see there. Now you can, if you succeed in your deflection, then you don't have that long animation afterwards, and you can go right back into your combo. But if you fail, you have to suffer that long animation. Now, I believe you can cancel it with a block. Yeah. So, yep. So you can cancel it out of that with a block. Or Guard, sorry. So that's, if you feel like you missed it, you can immediately block afterwards. Which is good, but then if you do block, then you can't do your continue your combo. But then again, if you do get your block off, even if if your deflection misses, if your block hits, you can still go in and do your counterattack, which is still very good in sword form with your enhanced counterattack. What's it called? Shield enhancement, yeah, which really enhances the second hit on your counterattack, which does really, really good damage. So that is Shield Deflection. Let's take just a quick look at it here, because it does have some other things where I believe if you do correctly get the block off, it returns quite a bit of stamina as well. And it does, okay, and yes, enhances enhances the next smash you do after it, which is another nice feature. One thing I haven't quite gotten, if you read down to the bottom here, it says, after successful shield deflection and attack resume, you can use shield deflection again during the next stage of the attack. I found this very difficult to use on, like multi-hit combos from bosses. I think it's just me that I haven't practiced it enough, but you can't like deflection twice in a row, even if you're successful. You have to like deflection, start attacking again, and I believe you can deflect again. So that is how you have to use that. Like I said, this ability is one of the major new things with the revamp, and it does take a lot of getting used to. But yeah, you can use it during your longsword or hammer attacks and keep going in your combo. It even says you can use it during the active focal point, which is nice. Yes, and I believe even if you do successfully use that during your focal point, you can hit focal point again and continue your combo. So there it is, that's shield deflection. I will definitely try to show that during this fight. Let's see, the next major ability she got was Iron Defense. This is something that you can only use with a large shield, so I unfortunately won't be able to demonstrate that. But it does look like a very solid skill. It gives you a very large damage reduction, and it says it blocks all knockdown attempts. And if you do perfect guards, then it does reduce the cooldown on this as well. And for those of you who aren't aware, they actually did add Perfect Guard into the description here for Guard. So Perfect Guard is basically when you activate your Guard right before the attack hits you. It does that way that it makes it so you don't take any stamina, or it doesn't use any stamina, and it will fully block the attack, and almost any attack. And it says for rank 9 or higher, an additional 3 hits can be made when the normal attack hits. So I do have it up to rank 9. So now after you do a perfect guard, you can immediately start on the 3rd attack of your combo, which I can't really demonstrate here, but it is actually very good, and it's particularly good for hammer. So when you're in hammer, even if you're using like a large shield, you can't counterattack, but you can. If you do a perfect guard, then you can immediately go into the 3rd swing of your attack, which is very good for hammer because you can go right back. You can get back into your butterfly swing very quickly. Yeah, I don't find myself using it that much with the sword, just because sword, if you do get a perfect block off, you're probably just better using the counterattack. Because with the shield enhancement, counterattack does such good damage, it's probably better to do that than to try to just continue your combo. Some other changes they made, just a general change here is that the shield repair is no longer a skill. Your shields no longer break. That's a very cool change. So yeah, they just completely took that skill away. It does say that they did make some changes to guard. It says you can now activate guard between various combos, making it easier. I think it just means that your guard, I think it cancels out of your animations a little bit faster now. Yeah, you can cancel out of your Aramanthe kick. So yeah, they made it just a little more responsive, I think, is what they're saying here. Your guard is just a little bit better. They did improve it now, so Smash Mastery now affects your Shield Bash, Shield Charge, and Focal Point. And in fact, that's one of the key new things here now about Sword Fiona, is what they've done to Focal Point, which is actually a very, very good skill now. In fact, there is now a new technique here with the revamp called basically spin to win. They basically gave Fiona a spin to win mechanic, where you have to rank up your, what is it, Petal Toss to rank 6. And if you do this, the description is not very clear. It says, yeah, I don't even know if it even really says it in the description here. In the patch notes that says, Petal Toss, if Petal Toss is at or above rank 6, you can use Smash Attack after Focal Point to deal additional attacks. So basically, you have to get this up to rank 6, but then what you can do is you activate your Focal Point, and then you can just right-click, your smash key. Just keep hitting your smash key, and it will continue to do focal points over and over and over again. And what you can do is, if you do that while slashing high is active, as you can see, slashing high gives you you can see I have it maxed out here to rank 6, but as you can see, it gives you it preserves your SP. So basically, you can be continually spamming these focal points. It won't be taking any SP away while slashing high is going, which basically means you can do, for the duration of slashing high, you can be sitting there and doing focal points and spinning. That's basically your spin to win. You just spam those focal points, hit right click while slashing high is going, and you can keep it going for a long time, doing excellent damage. It's definitely one of the strengths of the new Fiona. If it does take a fair amount of SP, honestly. Because you will have to have, I believe, 1,000 SP, because slashing high is 750. You can also, I believe, if you have shield charge up to, using the skill also applies slashing high effect. So you can use shield charge now also to activate slashing high, which you might as well, since it's 750 now as well. But yeah, it does take 750, and then focal point itself is 250. So you have to have about 1,000 SP to be able to do the spin to win. But it's definitely worth it, especially if the boss is knocked down, and you can get a lot of spins off before you get interrupted. And during the spin to win, you can, if you do it perfectly, you can do a shield deflection as well, and still be able to continue. So yeah, so that's very cool. That's the changes to focal point. Let's see what else they did here. And that's the spin to win. I will definitely try to show that here on Shakarr. Smash Mastery counterattack. So it looks like they did can now use the following skills while moving or after an attack motion. I think this means you can cancel out of your attack. So you can do Shield Bash, Focal Point, Shield Dash, Shield Enhancement, and Taunt. Again, just kind of making things more responsive so that you can cancel out of your attacks. As I just said, Shield Charge now is only 750, which is nice little change. 750 SP. They did change Taunt. Let's see, where's Taunt? Yep, here it is. Apparently they made this so it's actually a pretty decent skill now. Taunt will actually work effectively. It will actually taunt the boss, and they will come onto you. So it could be worth using in some situations. As a Fiona, you definitely want to have the boss on you and not be chasing it down, because Fiona's DPS is best when you are, getting off those perfect blocks and your deflections. So it is good to have the boss on you. The only downside, it's only 250 SP, so it's not too bad. But you definitely have to keep track of that. If you're trying to get off to spin to win, and trying to save your SP for that, you don't want to have to taunt, that much. So just use it sparingly, but it does definitely have its situational uses. Any other changes to Sword? I guess the only other major change, and this was actually done more recently, but they added a new ultimate. And you can see it here. called Crushing Assault. This is more actually like the traditional true ultimates that other classes get, where it holds the boss, you know, for quite a long duration while you execute the animation. And you can see the animation here in the little preview window. It's a very cool animation. It's good. You know, this is the kind of ability you'll want to use on a raid, because if you can hold the boss down for a long duration, it allows your entire team to just wail on them for free. So it's, you know, it's a good skill to consider using. It's one of these that will have, you know, the 20-minute cooldown now that they have on all the ultimates. It is 1000 SP. I'm not sure if I'll be able to demo that. Probably if I get to 1000 SP, I want to show the spin to win, because this will be in a solo environment. But like I said, in a raid environment, this is probably superior, because allowing your entire raid to do DPS while you hold the boss is probably better than, you know, just doing more DPS yourself. All right, so that is, I guess, a quick overview of the changes. Let's go ahead and get started here. And I will try to demo them. In particular, I want to demo the Shield Deflection and the Spin to Win with the new focal point. So yeah, even though I've been really enjoying my Eevee with the revamp, I still love Fiona. I like I've had a lot of fun just coming back to her here. All right, so there was a deflection. And you can see I continue my combo there, but he was too far away. Oh, there I failed it. Alright, let's get my shield enhancement going. Ooh, yeah, there I really failed the deflection. That's not good. So the timing on it is definitely very, very picky. And there I did it. And you can see my Airman kick did do quite a bit more. And there we go. Ooh, that's the one I keep failing you down, that one. That one I apparently don't even need to do it on that one. Ooh, gosh. Man, I'm just not timing it right on that knee kick that he does. That one I got it down pretty good. Ouch. Okay. Okay, I'm coming up to, I got plenty of SP here. I do want to do a spin to win. Okay, there we go. So let's do this. Let's do focal point. And then I can just keep spamming. Oh yeah, suck it. Oh, I failed it again. So if I had successfully done a deflection there, I can do it there. I just can't do it on the... There we go. So if you successfully do a deflection during your spin to win, I believe you can continue it. I haven't actually successfully done that myself yet. But as you can see, was able to use the deflection quite a bit on his charge ability, which I apparently have the timing now much better. But that knee kick and then the swing, I wasn't quite getting the timing on that. I'll have to practice that a bit more. But yeah, I do really like the revamp. I like having that option of the deflection and allowing that to continue your, particularly Airmanth kick, because in Sword, you know, most of your combos are pretty lame as far as damage goes. Airmanth kick is really, am I saying that right? Is it Airmanth kick? Amaranth kick. Amaranth kick, there you go. So Amaranth kick does is like, you know, your best combo. It does a ton of damage, and if you do that, it's so long to get that combo off that being able to deflect in the middle like that and still continue to get your Amaranth kick off at the end is a very cool addition. I really like that a lot. And of course, there you saw to spin to win. Even though I wasn't able to do it for the full duration, even, you know, the amount of spinning that I did get off, you can see did very, very good damage. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I want to give it one more try here. I want to give it one more try here and see if I can get off the. See if I can practice my deflection a little bit more and see if I can get it off in that one knee, the kick attack that he does, and then the swing after it. So that's one thing you just have to keep in mind, that the deflection takes a lot of practice. As you can see, I'm not perfect at it yet. And it also takes a lot of knowledge of the boss's attack patterns, because like I said, that deflection is a very, very short iframe. I mean, really short. And so you have to be very accurate with it. And if you're not familiar with that, you know, the boss's attack patterns, you're not going to be able. Oh yeah. Oh, the second one still hit me. So I can get it on the first one. I'm not doing it right. Oh, he didn't even come. Oh, I still can't get the second one. I did get the first one. Sort of worked. Okay, that didn't do my Airmanth kick, but I did continue the combo. Oh, and that one I don't really even need to do it on. As you can see, I had to pay. He didn't actually hit me, so I had to pay for it with my longer animation there. Yes. Oh, darn it. So that's very difficult to block that. Okay, let's do this, and let's do some spin to win. Yes, I did it. Haha. Suck it. No, I still can't get the second one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I thought he was going to attack. He juked me out with his little taunt. You're dead. So, okay, so it's a little better. You can see a little bit more practice. I think I'll be able to get a hold of that deflection. I was starting to be able to block the first attack there, but it's still difficult to block the second one. I think I only did that like once or twice that whole fight. But that feels so good. See, that's what I love about Vindictus. This game is really, really skill-based. Oops, I didn't mean to use a feather there. But this game is just really, really skill-based. You have to learn the boss's patterns. You have, you know, very, very short iframes that you have to work with. And so it takes a lot of game knowledge. You have to understand the bosses. You have to understand when their attack patterns are. And honestly, it reminds me a lot of like Dark Souls in that respect. I mean, in Dark Souls, you have to know the boss patterns. You have to know how long your animations are in relation to them. And, you know, just like Dark Souls, where if you mess up, you could be heavily punished because you'll be locked into an animation, or, you know, you'll miss your iframe and you'll take a full hit, and you'll be heavily punished for doing that. And that is the, you know, that is great gameplay. That is what I really love about Vindictus. And, you know, being able to pull that off, I felt just like right there, just, you know, being able to pull off that full spin to win with the deflection, that felt really good. And, you know, it's that kind of being able to learn and improve that Vindictus just really nails. As far as, you know, as far as MMOs go, Vindictus really is bar none the best combat. And that's why right there. It really is a very high skill ceiling. And, you know, you can... The difference between, you know, a newbie and a master of the class is just astronomical, and it's just a lot of fun to try to get there. You know I'm not an expert. I'm never going to be, you know, a really amazing, you know, I'm not going to be soloing, you know, raid bosses and whatnot in this game. But even, you know, at my skill level, you know, just as an average normal gamer, even at my skill level, I still do enjoy the challenge, and I still do enjoy improving myself and you know, getting better at the game, because it just feels really good. All right, so that is all for this video, folks. Thank you very much for watching. That was I guess my overview of the new, well, the sort of new Fiona Revamp, a few months old now. And that was on Sword, and like I said, in the next video, I will be doing a overview of the hammer changes. So yeah, look forward to that, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.